What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. Shouts out to all the ladies, man. I appreciate all the love and support y'all continue to give me, man, rocking with me, man. And it seems like I have a big female fan base, man. So we need to have some conversations so we could better understand each other a little better. Because y'all women be tripping sometime, man. I'm just going to keep it real, man. I need to start doing some series on these things, man. Like battle of the sexes, so we can get the women perspective along with the men perspective while we have some of these conversations. Me and my son was talking today, and my son asked me a question, man. My son was like, Pops, I be on your channel watching you a lot. I was like, oh, you do? He like, yeah, I be at home with my girl. We be watching you a lot and stuff. We don't really comment or nothing, but we watch you all the time. We love watching you. I'm like, oh, you do? I said, is it different seeing that I'm your father? Like when you hear me, like, no, because I'm used to how you talk and say things. You basically raised me. You know what I mean? So the stuff you saying, I understand. I've been hearing it my whole life. He said, however, I saw your Cardi B in Offset video, and I didn't really agree with that. I'm like, oh, you didn't? What you didn't agree with? He like, just the point of basically her and the Stefan Diggs situation. I'm like, well, I don't really know much about him. He said, I know. That's why I didn't agree with some of the things you were saying. He said, like, for instance, that she leave Offset, but then she messing with Stefan Diggs, who's worse than Offset. But she don't have no problem with Stefan Diggs, but she have a problem with Offset. She has a problem with Offset cheating, but then she went to mess around with Stefan Diggs, who's a known cheater, and she be doing threesomes with him. I'm like, for real? I wasn't aware of that. He like, yeah. Now, again, I'm still ain't aware of that. I'm just presenting this to you ladies because I'm familiar with what my son said through experiences I done been with and been with and in my life. Like, for instance, I do have a question to ask ladies. I have a question I want to ask y'all. And I'm going to start a series on this type of stuff. And I'm going to have to bring some ladies in here to have these conversations. So let's just start here. I want to throw this question out here to you ladies. And I just really, really want to hear from y'all. And I'm going to tell you this too. If any one of y'all want to come on the show and have the conversation with me, where we talk and things like that, you're welcome to have the conversation. I invite you. I want you to be up here so we can have the conversation. So here's my question I want to ask you ladies. Why do y'all do that? Why when you with a man, you set boundaries basically for the most part, and they right boundaries to set that you will not tolerate him cheating on you, messing around with another woman, breaking your heart when it comes to infidelity or adultery, fornication, however. Y'all very stern on that. Now, I ain't saying this I'm not putting all women in the same box. I'm just saying there's a lot of women who do this, though. They get in relationship with guys, and they will not tolerate cheating on them in any type of way. Messing around, they don't tolerate that in no type of way. And when it's discovered and found out, it can lead to breakups and will lead to breakups. This has happened. But here's the problem that brings me to this question. Same thing my son was saying. If that's what the majority of y'all stand on, and you hold that to be true in your life, why is it a double standard like that? Why the double standard? Like, you would get mad at the man you're with, and you would break up with him if he's found out to be a cheater. then you would start dating a person who you know is a cheater. Like, are you not now a hypocrite to the very thing you was supposed to been standing on, believing in now? Why do y'all do that? And I've seen so many women that literally do this. Like, you'll break up with your man for cheating on you, but yet you will start dating a person who you know got a wife, who you know in a relationship with somebody else, who you know not faithful to you, who you know don't really want to be with you. Why do y'all do that? I need to understand that, because a lot of y'all do that. A lot of y'all do that. And I know y'all may have questions for us too as men. I'm just asking. Look, right now I got the ladies in the hot seat, okay? So now I'm just asking the question. Why do y'all do that? I've had women literally do that to me. I have messed around with women who chose me, who was with somebody that was with them, who she know messing with me. She already know I'm messing with somebody else. She already know I'm messing with somebody else. Women who I have messed around with, who I knew had boyfriends, but still choose to mess around with me, knowing I'm not with them, knowing I mess with other women, or knowing I'm in a relationship with somebody else, but you will have a problem with your boyfriend. I don't get that. I don't get that. Like that right there, that's kind of crazy to me. But again, y'all do this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to hear what some of y'all are going to say behind this question that seem to be happening all over the world. All over the world. You will separate from your boyfriend, a man, for something they did, dealing with another woman, but you have no problem messing around with a guy who you know belongs to someone else, don't want to be with you, messing around with somebody else, and you don't see no problem with that. But you have a problem with somebody who's saying that y'all together getting caught messing around and cheating. Y'all got to make sense of that. Y'all got to make sense of that. Because if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you don't stand for it, you don't stand for it. But the double standards is crazy. The hypocrisy is crazy. And y'all will literally be stern, look, even to the point of police being called. If he's found out to be messing around on you, will lead to fights and police callings and jail and all type of stuff, calling your brothers, your father, and them, and all that stuff. But in the same breath, start messing around with a guy who got somebody already. I don't get that. Y'all to stop being somebody's girlfriend to become a side chick. Why do y'all do that? You stop being somebody's wife to become a side chick. Or a number two. Well, number two, that's still a side chick. I'm just trying to understand, why do y'all do things like that? A lot of y'all guilty of that. A whole lot. Some of y'all ladies in the comments who gonna be saying, "No, I don't do it." You didn't be y'all be capping sometimes, man. Y'all been guilty of that. we ain't gonna play them games. We ain't gonna play them games. Don't act like you superwoman in the comments. You know, don't act like you superwoman in the comments when you know you didn't done that. Keep it real. See, if I ask y'all that, y'all really ain't gonna keep it real. Y'all ain't gonna say y'all did that before. I met many women, man. I met many women who did that. I'm keeping it real. Now that I think about it, man, that is a broad statement that's literally happening all over. I know the fellas gonna be trying to kill y'all in the comments. But that's my question to y'all. I'm gonna let y'all answer y'all own question. I ain't gonna answer it for you. I might double back on it after I see some of y'all answers and then give you my perspective on it. But I don't want to influence none of y'all perspective, because I know sometimes, just for the comments sake, y'all like to get intelligent. When you really about to meet up with that same cheating dude I'm talking about, he probably then spent the night, he probably lay beside you. You definitely might finna get up with him today. Why you gonna be typing in there like, no, that ain't me. I don't do that type of stuff. Yeah, right. I guarantee you he's somewhere in that fall. Man, I got a lot of questions to ask y'all. Oh, I'm so glad I got a female fan base. I got a lot of questions to ask y'all. Maybe y'all can help me when I start my relationships. And maybe you can help never mind. I'm gonna save that. With that being said, that's my question to y'all. I just want to know that. I don't only want to know it. The fellas want to know it too. Why do y'all do that? So let me pose it again before I get up out of here. Why do women lay down the ground rule when being with a man that they will not tolerate cheating in any type of way on them when they dealing with a man, only to then find out that that man did cheat? And when that man did cheat, then sometimes it ends in breakup and things like that and separation. But yet that same woman who separated and broke up with you for cheating on her will then go and mess around with somebody who she know is a cheater, who she know is somebody else, who she know don't really want to be with her. She'll still mess around with them, but gave you ultimatums when dealing with you. I need to know why y'all do that. And hold on, another thing my son said I really had to check him on. As far, not check him on, but just give him education on. So when I asked my son that, he said something to the nature of, I said, well, when it came to Offset, I said he was the husband. So even if Cardi B messing around with Stephon Diggs, why did he abandon his family for her action to be manifested by which she is now operating in? Why, when she wanted to be with him, he didn't do what he vowed to do when he married that woman, to actually be the head over his home and loving and honoring and respecting his wife? Why would he leave that door open like that for her to be doing what you now seeing her doing? Like, why would he do that? Then my son responds, well, Dad, for the most part, he a man, and it's a difference between a man and women. For the most part, men, this what men do. But when I was like, that's not true. That's not true. Who told you that? Stop saying that it's normal and natural for men to just lay down with all these different women because that's what men do. No, that's trifling. That's nasty. It's filthy regardless to what. You have one private part for a reason when it comes to you having one penis. It belongs to one person. Okay? God didn't give you 2, 3, 4 penises. You only have one, and it belongs to one person. Right? And in your self-control and discipline in that relationship, it's telling your story, not her story. So you being faithful and you taking care of your responsibilities as a man, where you ain't bringing none of that filth and shame to your home, it's telling your story. And it's showing your leadership. And it's showing how you value and appreciate your family. So, I don't know. That's my question, ladies. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my job lesson question. It's yours. We in the comments.
Bustin' no streets for you, so leave me waiting on you. Bustin' no streets for you, so leave me waiting on you. Bustin' no streets for you, so leave me